going to be the reading for Taurus for the month of February 2022. This can apply if you're a Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this reading does not resonate with you. Um, Also, I wanted to mention that I'm taking bookings for personal readings right now. So if you'd like to get a consultation with me, whether it's tarot or whether it's a natal chart analysis, you can drop me a message on Facebook or email. Both the links are in the description box below, so you can contact me through these channels and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So let's get started for your reading, Taurus. There are a lot of positive cards in this reading, but there is one card that's really standing out in the past, which is the Three of Swords as a reversal. So you've been through some severe heartache, Taurus. That's what I can say. Uh, and I feel like this had to do with a romantic connection. I feel like somebody really broke your heart. It was pretty difficult to get through, but you're showing up in your own reading, the Hierophant. You're showing up in your own reading, which tells me you are coming into your own right now, Taurus. You are operating from your true self, which is to be really grounded, which is to be really balanced in your true earthy self, right? You're not getting swayed that easily. Um, this required some painful inner work on yourself. Strength card coming up in reverse. It could even be a Leo person in your life in the past who was, involved with you romantically, and they may have been the one to cause this heartache. That the Three of Swords that's coming up, or this could just be you in your own energy, Taurus, where you went through a lot of inner work that you had to do, a lot of shadow work that you had to go through in order to change your perspective internally, right? um, right now I feel like you may have been in this period of a lot of sluggishness, like this momentum had slowed down for you, Taurus. You felt like you had to just sit and mull things over. The Three of Wands coming up as a reversal, but that is a past energy. I feel like you've done your shadow work, you've done your inner work, I would say, like, you've spent so many months or maybe even years doing this on yourself. You've done a lot of internal work on yourself, Taurus. The Strength card coming up as a reversal is testament to that. The Three of Wands, which is the energy of contemplation, weighing your pros and cons. See, the thing is, Taurus, you're a fixed earth sign, right? So you don't make decisions impulsively. That is not your nature. You like to weigh out the pros and cons of a situation, Three of Wands. Um, and which is good because you are a cautious sign. You hate to be rushed. Actually, if there's something that Taurus hates, it's to be rushed. And in fact, if somebody tries to rush you, you actually dig your heels further into the ground. You're going to be even more stubborn about it, which can be good and bad, both, right? Like, no shade here. I'm a Taurus moon, so I completely get that. But you've been through that energy of contemplation quite a bit, and somewhere along the line, I feel like you lost out on some opportunities because you spent so much time contemplating on things, right? um, and which can be a double-edged sword, right? Because as an earth sign, you want to feel safe. You want to feel that whichever situation you're entering into, whether that's a romantic interest, whether that's a new job, a financial situation, or whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're safe in that environment. So that's one of the reasons why you never make hasty decisions. um, but I feel like somewhere in the past you realized, because of all this internal work that you've been doing, the shadow work, that the reason you sometimes spend so much time contemplating and maybe even missing the bus as a result of it is because of your own fears and your own fears and doubts about the future. You may have had insecurities around the choices that you made in the past, because of which it's kind of like, should I, shouldn't I, should I jump into this or not? And I feel like you've cleared a lot of these insecurities or these shadow parts of yourself. You've come to terms with it. And I feel like the catalyst for this was a heartbreak in the past, which kind of forced you to look into some of your own insecurities and why do you take so much time to make a decision? Because clearly it cannot only be like you want to be safe, it has to be something more than that. Like, you really dug deep into that and asked yourself the why am I doing this, why do I take so long to make a decision? Is it because the person is really being shady, or is this really an unsafe situation, or is it my own fears that are holding me back? And I feel like because you faced this in yourself, now you're shifting into the Knight of Swords energy, which is very impulsive, which is very, let's see how it goes. I'm not going to be so cautious. There's only so much you can have control over. And I feel like a lot of this, this procrastinating energy in the past that you had, Taurus, had a lot to do with your need to have control over a situation. A lot of the fixed signs have this thing where they want things to go a certain way, and if it doesn't, it means it's being shady, or the situation is not safe. But life is dynamic. Everything is dynamic, energy is dynamic, and there's only so much you can control. To be honest, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You can't control anybody else around you. They will do whatever they want to do, right? You can control your responses to that, which is what you've kind of worked on, Taurus, right? So now you have shifted into this energy of the Knight of Swords, which is traditionally Gemini energy, but I feel like this is your energy now, Taurus, where you are open to new ideas, you're open to new perspectives, you're willing to look at life from a different perspective. You're willing to look at things from other people's perspectives. Like, maybe I thought in the past that. So, I'll give you an example. In the past, let's say a situation came up in front of you. You may have thought this person was straight up being shady. This was an unsafe situation, and you may have cut them off, right? Like just in the past, as an example. But now you're willing to look at this person and say, okay, maybe they have a point there. Maybe they're not being shady. Maybe they actually have a situation like that, which is why they're acting in a certain way. So you're actually giving people the benefit of the doubt, which is amazing, because by doing that small tweak in your perspective, you're actually opening up a whole bunch of opportunities. Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands right now. So not only are these opportunities financial in nature, they are also very, very hopeful. There is new hope coming up to the future. It's amazing how even if we have a 1% shift in our thinking internally, it's amazing how much the universe can shift in our favor. And that's what's happening for you, Taurus. You're not stuck in the old ways anymore. And Taurus, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade here. You can be a little bit stubborn sometimes. So it's a double-edged sword. That same stubbornness gives solidity to relationships, gives people a safe haven, because you're set in your ways, you're predictable, and you're safe for other people. You look for safe shores in other people, and when people don't give you that, you feel like this is unsafe territory, I better not venture into it. But you're slowly realizing that that feeling of safety comes from within yourself. Nobody else can give you that feeling. It's all within you. And now that you've shifted that, and now that you've begun to feel safer in your own self, and you're realizing that safety starts from you, you're like, let's go for it. Let's try this. You're becoming more experimental in your approach, Taurus. You're not so fixed. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like this is beautiful because you are ready to take things the way they come. What they say, right? Go with the flow. I think that's your energy right now, which has been a really difficult thing for you to do, Taurus, because you're not necessarily the sign that is most known for going with the flow. You're not a mutable sign. You're a fixed sign. So it's really difficult for you to adapt to change. Change is difficult for all the fixed signs. Um, and right now you have had a complete 180-degree shift, where which is beautiful because you have a blend of this energy, the Knight of Swords, which is, let's go with it, let's see how it goes, and let's not try to prejudge a situation, right? Like, let's not try to predict the outcome. You never know how things are going to pan out. And you also have this energy, which is the King of Wands, which is Leo energy, which is very much about knowing your worth, standing your ground, energy of transformation. This is your energy, Taurus. So you have the best of both worlds. You are in this space right now, Taurus, where you know when it's time to sit and wait and watch, right? And when you know it's time to pounce on an opportunity when it comes up. So having that delicate balance between knowing when to sit back and let the opportunity come to you, and when it's time to pounce on it, because you know that this is going to pass you by if you don't step up and act on it right now. So that kind of intuition comes with practice, and right now you're in this delicate seesaw where you're in the perfect sweet spot where you know where to harness these two energies perfectly. And so this is why opportunities are coming to you right now, Taurus, because you are in this space where you are able to discern what is right for you and what is not, what is worth pursuing, what is not, and you're making your decisions in a timely manner. So in the past, where you would have procrastinated and let things, let opportunities go by you because you were not sure of your own intuition, now you're very sure of things. And now you're coming from a place of power where you are able to balance these two very different energies. One of being impulsive, let's go with it, let's go with the flow, let's take this opportunity and let's run with it, right? There are moments where you have to do that, Taurus. You, if you're too set in your ways in these kind of situations, it's going to pass you by, and then you may regret in the future that why did you let this thing go by you. But at the same time, you also know your worth, you know where you stand, you know what you bring to the table. So you're obviously not accepting any random opportunity that comes your way. Whatever you're accepting is as per your standards and your requirements. But the difference is now you know when to sit back and relax and let things take its course, and you know when to pounce on it and let's go with it, right? So, this is a very delicate balance to have, and it's an art. It's an art that you've mastered right now, Taurus, which is beautiful because this is the true essence of Taurus, and you're showing up in your own reading, which means you've mastered a major life lesson, which is why the universe is showering you with abundance and blessings coming your way. So you're going to start seeing, like almost like the Wheel of Fortune card, you're going to start seeing a lot of things happening in your favor, especially now with the North Node being in Taurus in your own sign. You're going to start seeing a lot of shifts in your favor. So get ready to wake up to these blessings, Taurus. That's your reading for February. And I wish you all the best. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up and drop in a comment in the comment box below. If you want to contact for a reading, the links are in the description box. And I'll see you in my next reading. Bye, guys.